Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Biskewitz from Hayfield Secondary School. I am the middle school engineering teacher, and this is a video, the first video in a series of videos about how do we build this balsa wood bridge that we designed using Whitebox learning. What you're going to need eventually for this video, if you want to gather all this stuff now, you are going to need a project board. First of all, I use the foam boards. All right. You're going to need printouts of your bridge. We'll talk more about that in just a second. You will need some masking tape. Do not use clear tape, a pair of scissors, and some wax paper. Okay? So those are the materials that you will need. Move this out of the way. Okay. So let's go over to Whitebox right now. And this is my bridge that I'm about to build. Can zoom it up a little bit. All right, looks like that. Now, in the output section, Whitebox has the ability to print out your designs, and I always make sure when I'm setting up the spec for the build phase of this project, I make sure that my spec will only allow students to build a bridge that will fit on a letter size piece of paper. It's a lot cheaper and easier to deal with letter size. And so I believe about 260 millimeters is the max you want to go. I think I took mine down to 250 millimeters, but it fits on a letter size piece of paper. All right. So I'm going to print these out. Now, please make note, you have to make 2 copies of page 1 because there are 2 sides to your bridge. And then you'll only need 1 copy of page 2, which is the floor, and only 1 copy of page 3, which are the cross support pieces that make up your roof. All right. So remember, 2 copies of page 1, 1 copy of page 2, 1 copy of page 3. And there are a couple different ways to do that. All right. So this is what I'm going to print out. And so I print that out. And here they are. Let me flip my camera so it makes more sense to you. Okay, there it is. Okay, 2 copies of my side, 1 copy of the floor, and 1 copy of the roof. Now I'm just going to cut these out, and I'm going to leave a little bit of white space around. I'm not trying to cut these all super accurately. Make sure you leave enough white space on here so you have place to tape this board down, tape this design down to your board that you're building on. I might have failed to mention, we use foam board for our projects here. You can see that black board that's down here, okay? So yeah, I just cut it out like that. It's not a super accurate cut. We get them all cut. Okay, so here I'm back. I got them all cut out here. And now I'm just going to tape them down so they don't wiggle around. I really want to emphasize using masking tape instead of clear tape. Clear tape sticks a bit too good. And we use these foam boards. They're really nice. They're kind of expensive. The masking tape tends to release a lot better from the foam board than the clear tape does. Clear tape will pull up a lot of this paper coating on it. So just tape these down. Try not to cover up the design line, the lines in your design. It doesn't matter that much if you cover them up a little bit. This is not a real precise process. And I'm going to get these all taped down. And the whole idea, of course, is to keep them moving around from while you're working on it. And so usually just doing 3 edges and all is just fine. All right, and 1 more little piece of tape. Now, I want you to notice the floor, I didn't cut out, I'm sorry, the top pieces, top braces, I only cut out 1 piece, all right? Because there's no assembly required. You just need 4 of these. In my design, I needed 4. And so I'm just gonna make a little note here and write times 4. And it just reminds the student that they need 4 pieces just like that. And I just tape that down a little bit, okay? So We're going to cover with this wax paper because we're going to be building right on top of here. So as we cut our balsa wood pieces and gluing them down, we're going to be gluing right on top. Obviously, we can't glue directly to the paper or it'll stick and make a huge mess. So very effective and very inexpensive. We just take some wax paper and we tear it off until it's a couple inches longer than the project board. Teachers, I usually pre-tear off a bunch of pieces of wax paper. For whatever reason, teacher or students, middle school students, are not very adept at tearing this wax paper and getting a clean cut here. You waste a lot of wax paper. So I just put it on there like that. I flip it over. The real key here is you don't want a bunch of wrinkles. And then I just pull the ends over like so. Tape it down. And then there, this next step is where you want to get a wrinkle. So you just pull it kind of taut, fold it over, kind of like when you're wrapping a present, you don't want a bunch of wrinkles in it. And there you go. We're ready to start building. Now, this is a very short video, but it really did accomplish a lot. We are ready to start building, so we're ready to start measuring and cutting and gluing our balsa wood, and that will be in the next video. And look, I'm upside down. I'm hanging from the ceiling. Okay, there I am. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.